By the second morning, the fever was gone. James lay in bed, bored and staring out the window at the rain that wouldn't stop. Because he was the Archbishop's nephew, the Mother Superior wouldn't let him leave until the roads were completely safe. James felt trapped. He had only become a priest to please his family, and he hated the pressure of their legacy. On the nightstand sat his rosary made of dark, polished olive wood. It was an expensive family heirloom, but to him, it was just a reminder of the life he was forced to live. Jasmine came in to bring him water. She froze the moment she saw the wood beads. She didn't see a religious object. She saw something that looked exactly like the work of her own father. I know this carving, she whispered, her voice shaking. My family, this is what we used to do. Jasmine's hands trembled as she turned the olive wood cross over in her palm. She explained to James that her family were once artisans, famous for carving holy relics for the church's elite. Her father had taught her the secrets of the wood before their home was destroyed in a fire that took his life while he was saving hers. She pointed to the very base of the crucifix, where a tiny, nearly invisible mark was etched into the grain. And if you look closely, you will see Orsini at the back. She whispered, "It was our old family name. My father carved this." James sat up in bed, stunned. His powerful uncle, the Archbishop, had always told him that the rosary was a rare Vatican gift. And he realized now that his family's legacy was built on the work of Jasmine's lost family. Later that afternoon, the Mother Superior came to the infirmary with news. The floodwaters were going down, and she had already sent a letter to James's parish. A car would be sent for him in a week. James looked at Jasmine, who was quietly tidying the room. The thought of leaving her and the mystery of the Orsini name made his chest tight. He wasn't ready to go back to being the Archbishop's puppet. When the monastery's handyman asked about the vintage sedan, James looked the Mother Superior right in the eye and lied. "The engine is still seized," he told her, "and I'll need at least another week to get it running." It was a sin, but he didn't care. He needed more time to find out why his family had been keeping secrets from the girl who saved his life. With the car broken, the days began to blur. James was no longer a patient, and Jasmine was no longer just a nurse. And they spent hours talking about a life they weren't allowed to have. Music, the city, and the dreams they traded for their robes. One afternoon, their hands brushed while reaching for a book. Neither pulled away. The air felt electric, charged with everything they couldn't say. "I used to think my vision was about a miracle," Jasmine whispered, looking into his eyes. "Now I think it was just about finding you." James reached out, his thumb grazing her jawline. In that moment, the monastery walls disappeared. He wasn't a priest, and she wasn't a nun. They were just two people who had finally found home on his last night before the roads fully cleared. James found Jasmine in the garden, and he reached into his pocket and pulled out the Orsini rosary. "That this belongs to you," he said, pressing the olive wood into her hand. As their fingers locked, a jolt of electricity surged between them. A silent confession that neither could deny. Jasmine looked at the heirloom, her voice trembling. "I can't take this, James. It's a sacred thing." Ames stepped closer, his shadow falling over her. "Lately, when I hold it, it makes me think of things that are anything but sacred." He turned and walked back into the darkness of the monastery, leaving Jasmine standing alone among the jasmine flowers, trembling with a choice she wasn't ready to make.